channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing my 2K celebration Q&A video. If you want to be part of these in the future or really any other celebration on my channel, be sure that you keep an eye on my community tab for any announcements, and without further ado, let's get started. The first question is from Fairy Queens. My question to you is, how long have you been collecting crystals for? That's kind of a confusing question to answer, and I say that because I got my very first crystal when I was only a year old. It was a gift from one of my aunts. It was a double terminated amethyst wand, but I didn't start really going out of my way to buy them or ask for them as gifts for like a birthday or a holiday until it was more so like 14 or 15, I would say. And especially the last couple of years, it's really kicked off and I've started to buy them more and more for my own personal collection. So I would say if you're asking about collecting them, I started kind of when I was about 14. The next question is from Shiver. If you were to rename Porsha to a crystal, what would she have? So Porsha, if you guys don't know her, she's actually my favorite villager in Animal Crossing of all time. Doesn't matter which game you're talking about, she is my ultimate favorite. She is a snooty Dalmatian, and 100% if I had to name her as a crystal or like put her as a crystal, I would say that she is 100% without a doubt Dalmatian Jasper. That is a very, very easy one. There's multiple kinds of Jasper, and there's one called Dalmatian Jasper that's kind of like almost like a whitish, creamish color with like black spots all over it. So right away, for sure, she would be Dalmatian Jasper. The next question comes from AC Mystery. For the Q&A, what got you into streaming and what do you find to be the best and hardest parts of streaming? There is a lot to unpack with this question. So starting off with the part that says what got you into streaming, I originally wasn't planning to live stream on my channel whatsoever. I was very adamant for a long time that I was only going to make videos. And after a lot of convincing from both my boyfriend and my friend Fairy Queens, they said, hey, you should really try it out. I think that you would really like it, and if you don't, you can always stop. So I said, you know what? You guys are right. You guys are right. And even if I wanted to, I could always private the live streams if I wanted to. So I tried it, and immediately I was hooked on it. I have loved streaming ever since, and it was pretty scary at first, but I'm glad that I tried it. So shout out to Fairy Queens and my boyfriend for encouraging me. I am so, so glad that I started streaming. As for what is the best part of streaming, 100% the best and like happiest part of streaming is being able to make people happy, being able to make people smile and laugh, because it doesn't matter what kind of a bad day that I'm having, or if I'm sad or stressed out about something, whatever I'm upset about. If I can start a live stream and make at least one person smile, that is hands down the best part of being a streamer. I love to make people laugh. I love to make people happy. And I really feel like I've been like that since I was a kid, because I have so many stories I could tell you from my childhood of always wanting to be like in the spotlight or like doing something funny, singing a song, doing a little dance, making myself look really, really embarrassing just for the sake of making people laugh. And the hardest part of streaming that I would say, and this one's kind of like a sad answer, but it's very truthful. If you don't know this about me, I have ASD, autism spectrum disorder, and the hardest part of streaming definitely ties into that for me. Number one, there's a lot of sensory problems that I face. Number two, I get confused very, very easily and very often during my live streams, but I do the best I can, and although it does kind of get in the way sometimes, I don't really let it stop me. The next question comes from Cloudburst. Do you prefer streaming or making videos, and who is your favorite ACNH villager? My favorite villager is Porsha, and as for streaming versus making videos, I've come to realize that although I really, really love both, and I am very passionate about both, I love being able to be a creator but also a streamer, I think I would say that I definitely prefer streaming. The next question is from Sweet Shay. For the Q&A, what is your favorite part of playing games on streams? I feel like my favorite part, and also just like the coolest part of it, is whenever I play a game on stream, whatever that game is, and whether or not I am interacting with people that are watching the live stream in the actual game, my favorite part of that is getting to feel like we're all hanging out. Like it's just like one giant friend group condensed into like a little live stream, and we're all just hanging out together. I think it's pretty cool. The next question is from Sophia. Do you think in the future you will play other games like Pokemon and can tell others all about them if they don't know anything? I would say it's definitely a maybe. I won't totally say no, but as for Pokemon specifically, it's unlikely, not impossible, but unlikely on my channel. And definitely at some point I would like to add more games onto my channel. Currently I post mostly Animal Crossing New Horizons, with like some degree of Stardew Valley sprinkled in there, here and there, and maybe occasionally a Mario game. But at some point I would like to expand it and add a whole bunch more games while still keeping a lot of Animal Crossing, you know, if that makes sense? But for Pokemon, probably not. I'm not as interested in Pokemon as I would like to be. I have a hard time getting into it. Like, Stardew Valley, for example, compared to Pokemon, I find Stardew Valley super, super interesting, and I got into it very easily. But then with Pokemon, like, yeah, it's fun, it's cute, but I just have a hard time getting into it like other people. But yes, I would like to incorporate other games on my channel eventually. Didn't mean to get so sidetracked there. The next question is from Becca Crossing. What got you into crystals and collecting them? There were probably a lot of things that influenced this, but the biggest thing that I can think of was a handful of people that I was raised around when I was younger had crystal collections of their own. I just always thought it was really interesting, and I kind of maybe wanted to be like them. So when I got older and I was allowed to start buying things on my own, or maybe I could like earn money from somewhere else when I was younger, use that money to buy crystals, that early influence of seeing crystals made me want to buy them, if that makes sense. The next question comes from Cat Crossing. What other hobbies/interests do you have? And what are some of your favorite movies and TV shows? As for general hobbies and interests, the other big thing that I can tell you aside from crystals would be musical theater. I started doing theater when I was 7 years old, and I've done more musicals than plays, but I have done both, and I am very passionate about it. Unfortunately, due to the past couple of years, the way that things have gone, I have not been able to do a show. However, if I was given the opportunity to be one and I was not sick and my schedule was free, then I absolutely would love to do another theater show. And as for TV shows that I really like, I don't really watch a whole lot of TV, but if I were to sit down and watch something, let's say like on Hulu, for instance, I'm actually very much into true crime, and I also really love the show Bob's Burgers. It's really funny to me. The next question comes from Lily. How old are you? I'm 20 years old, but I'm actually coming up on my 21st birthday in 2 months, so that's pretty exciting. The next question is from Amy. If you could have any animal, no matter what type, what would it be and why? 100% I would love to have a pet snake. Either a pet snake, probably a ball python, so either a pet snake or a blue-tongued skink. And I know that probably sounds really weird. The word does sound pretty funny, but hear me out, it is pretty cool. I would probably choose the snake over the skink just because I have had more experience handling snakes. So yeah, I would choose ball python. But as for why, my boyfriend Ben has had multiple pet snakes before, and I just think that they're really cool. Like, that's literally my only reason, is the fact that I think that they're cool. The next question comes from Sebastian. What is your favorite color? My favorite color is purple, but I also do really like any kind of like neutral, like green color, like sage green or like a really deep green. And then for purple, I like really any shade of it. And then of course, I really like black, but if you mean like a brighter color, then I would say purple. All right, so for the last couple of questions, there are multiple on the list, so I'm just going to pick a few off of both of these lists to answer. So these questions are from We Love AG. What is your favorite animal? I guess I would say cat, but it doesn't mean that I like hate other animals. Like, I love other animals too, but like I really love my cat and I really love my dog, which probably sounds kind of basic, but it's true. The other question is, what is your favorite food? I really love strawberries so much, but I honestly like also love any kind of like hot chip, like any type of chip that's supposed to be spicy. I love those too. They're very good. How do you film if you cannot screen record on the Switch? I film my videos and I live stream with an Elgato capture card. Do you like any other games other than Stardew and ACNH? I do actually, so aside from Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley, I like Undertale, I like Mario Kart, I love really any of the Mario parties, my favorite being Mario Party 2 on the Nintendo 64. There's a lot of games that I like aside from those two, but Animal Crossing and Stardew tend to be some of my most played ones. So these last couple of questions are from Nick. Question 1, how many USA states have you been to? So let's see. I've been to my home state. I have technically been to California, though I don't remember that because I was very young, but I guess that counts. I have been to Colorado, and I went to the Florida Keys, but I don't know if that really counts as going to Florida, so I guess literally only 3 states. 3, that looks kind of funny. What is your favorite soda? My favorite soda is 100% Dr. Pepper. And then the last question of the day is, Have you ever played a PlayStation or an Xbox game, whether you owned any or played at a friend's house? I have actually. I have played on Xbox, but it's been a really, really long time. And then my boyfriend used to have a PS4, and I really loved playing on that. There were a couple of games that we played. I did The Sims 4 on there. I played Fortnite on there with him. Honestly, there were probably a couple of others, but I can't really remember them off the top of my head. That is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for supporting me. And thank you everybody for helping me get to 2K. Thank you so much for all the love and support you have been showing my channel recently. I can't wait to see where else my channel goes. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for the support, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone!